It's Sunday night, and you're thinking about everything that you have planned for the week. You're thinking, no, believing this is the week you're going to be massively productive. Then you go to work on Monday, and you come home and you're exhausted. Work just took everything out of you. You don't have the mental capacity anymore. You're physically tired, and so what you had planned for that night, you put off until the next night. Then there's family events or activities that get in the way that were unaccounted for. From then on, it's a domino effect. Everything you had planned for that week never materialized, and it's Sunday again. How many of us have been in this scenario? You see, we all want to improve our lifestyle, plan a garden, finish the basement, plan a family trip. We all have these tasks or goals that we want to accomplish, but we can't seem to find the time. We can't seem to get the physical energy, or work just mentally just takes everything out of us. But then we see these kids running around acting crazy or silly, and we're thinking to ourselves, man, if I only had their energy. But what if I told you that you could have their energy, that you could have the same energy as if you did when you were a kid? Because if you just continue to function as if you functioned when you were a kid, then you would have the mental capacity and physical energy to accomplish the goals and tasks that you want to have accomplished within the time that you have. Sounds silly, right? But follow me for a minute. Think about what you were doing as a kid. You were what? Growing up. And then once we grown up, we stopped growing. You see, if we continue to grow, then we would be able to have the functionality to get things done. So there are 4 things that we were doing when we were kids that helped us grow up. And then if you do these 4 things, you can continue to grow and accomplish the things that you want to have accomplished. First thing is that our parents gave us a bedtime. We went to bed at a certain hour so we can get up and have the proper rest to take advantage of the next day. When we became grown-ups, we threw that bedtime out the window. Some of us just threw sleep out the window. We're staying up late at night, watching TV or going through social media. Go to bed. Who told us that staying up late was cool anyway? Get a good 7 to 8 hours of rest in. Your body needs to be regenerated, and your mind needs to be regenerated so you can get up and be alive for the next day. The next thing we did when we were kids is that we were active. We didn't want to stay at home and not do anything. We wanted to be out and about. We wanted to be seen. We wanted to hang out with friends. And at school, physical exercise was required for a grade. And then we became adults and our activity levels plummeted. We can't seem to find the time. But it should be required. Actually, it kind of is, because if you don't exercise, your body will fail you before you want it to. So break a sweat 20 minutes in the morning every single day. Your body needs it and your mind needs it. And while we're talking about exercise, you should be eating healthy too. I'm not going to get into what's good to eat and what's bad to eat, because we all know the basics. And you also know the feeling that you have when you eat like crap as compared to when you eat well. When your stomach's all full and bloated, you don't want to do anything. But when you eat well, you seem to be able to function better. So keep a healthy diet. The third thing is that when we were growing, we were learning. We were learning at school and everything around us. And when we grew up, we slowed down or stopped our learning. When we're involved in a career or just the routine of activities, our brain doesn't need much mental endurance doing the same thing every single day. So when you want to accomplish goals or add on certain tasks, that's why you never have the mental capacity. So to expand the capacity, pick up and read some books, learn a foreign language, learn to play an instrument, get involved in team sports, or you can go all extreme and just go back to school. But your mind needs to continually grow by continually adding value to it by learning. Lastly, when we were kids, we wanted to grow up so badly. We wanted it bad. We did everything we could to be a grown-up. So now that we're grown up, what is your purpose? What is it you want to do so badly? You have to want it. We act like life right now is a dress rehearsal. But this is the real deal, people. You have to make it happen. There was a time when I was working full-time, teaching part-time in the evening, going through a certification program, leading a nonprofit while being committed to several others, starting my own business, and still managed to have a social life without losing my mind. People didn't understand how I did it. There are times I really understand how I did it. People didn't know that I did all of that. But the way I was able to get that accomplished is that I was continually expanding my mental endurance. I was working out every single day. I made sure I kept a good bedtime so I could get the proper rest because I was living with purpose. Those things were important for me and my life as far as what I wanted to accomplish. So if you want to take advantage of the time that you have each day, build up your physical and mental endurance. Besides, it's kind of fun acting like a kid, especially when acting like a kid helps you live with purpose. See you next time.
I just wanna